Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! It's Brewsday Tuesday time with DreZ and Huck.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful sounds
That's a good one.
coming from the studio. It is Brewsday Tuesday. My name is DreZ.
And I would be Huck.
And we are going to be drinking beer today because, well, you know, it just seems like a good idea.
Well, and because we drink beer every day. What's another day?
I don't drink beer every day. I'd say on average, I probably drink every day. Do you drink every day? You drink a beer every day?
I don't drink a beer every day because I've been on
The diet.
But I drink every day.
So if
Very
it's not
few
beer,
exceptions.
it's not beer. It's liquor.
Right, and there's levels. I mean, it's not like I'm hammered. You know, I do work.
Yeah, I mean you gotta be at least a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I work 12 hours. You work 9 to 9, and you only have time for a couple drinks because you got to go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I pretty much have something.
Well, continuing with the drinking on a daily basis, we're getting the drinks in for today for Huck. You handed me the Bottle Rocket, which is a cultivated variety, a dry hopped Kolsch. Crisp Berry Pow, they say. This is from Bearded Iris Brewing in Nashville, Tennessee.
My good friend Kendall Joseph gave me that.
Kendall Joseph.
Kendall Joseph.
Oh, Kendall Joe.
Two first names.
Kendall
It's
Joe.
always different.
Yeah.
So I got this beer here from Carton Brewing. I guess it comes in carton. Boat Session Ale. And it also, strangely enough, is a Kolsch. So what we're doing today's theme is at the Brewers Conference, or the Craft Writers Conference, I said, you know, the problem with being a blogger or a writer and wanting to write about small breweries is you never get any beer.
At least not from the little guys like across the country.
They got no time to send us beer, and, you know, are we really in their market? So at the end of the day, or at the end of the actual conference, people brought me a bunch of beer.
So are these other bloggers? Are these brewers?
No, these were all writers. So theoretically...
So they just all like basically gave you one from their cooler kind
correct.
of thing.
So theoretically, this could be the Holy Fleece, the Golden Fleece of fives.
You think so?
No, I don't think so, because it was at the end of the conference, all the good beer was already drank.
Right. So let me ask you this. So is that kind of the standard? The beer bloggers all get together and you pilgrimage to wherever the blog is, which is,
correct.
I guess it was Wisconsin this year.
Yes.
So did you bring like a cooler of like gnarly local like Virginia craft beers?
Yes, I did. And this year I did a little different thing. Is I just brought good standards, you know. I brought beer that anyone would know, like Parkway. I brought what's the one? I can't remember what I brought.
Apparently you don't even know.
You know, I brought Blue Mountain Full Nelson.
Yeah.
I brought...
Like the staples.
I brought Parkway, you know, Kolsch. You know, I brought beers that I brought some from South Street, Satan's Pony.
Satan's Pony.
Best name.
Yeah.
I think I brought 8 beers.
So you brought the flagship of
some breweries. I'm like, these are not rare beers. That being said, some people brought some really, really rare beers. I had a 2010 Montana beer that's really, really good. I can't remember. It's a stout, of course. You know, these people keep them forever.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, but after, you know, it's a great beer. But I think people need to just have what we have. You know, what do we drink? What do we drink on a regular basis? Those are the beers I brought this year.
The
now,
staples, yeah.
Previous years I brought fancy beers. As a matter of fact, I brought one year, I can't remember, it was a few years back. You can look this up. It was the Jefferson Reserve from Star Hill. And I took 2 bombers of that, and that year it won a gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival.
There you go.
So, I mean...
It's foreshadowing.
Sometimes, yeah. Or it's just good beer. I picked it because it was good, and they picked it because it was good. I think it's how it works sometimes. But, yeah, this beer, this is definitely unfiltered.
Yeah, I was saying, look at those.
Yeah,
isn't that beautiful?
People just handed me beers. This one's from New Jersey, and I really don't know who it was that handed me this beer. Like I said, I was on the way out, and they're like, take this beer, and we were trying to make the ferry so that Captain Eric and I could become friends.
It's funny you said the ferry, because it's what boat? Something boat?
Yeah, it's a boat. It's a boat. Wait, we're from Canada now. Where's it at?
What's the name of the beer?
The beer's Boat. I know.
It's just boat.
Right.
Okay,
Boat.
just boat beer.
Boat beer.
Is it?
Complex enough to merit drinking a few.
Well, and that's a good name for a beer, especially a Kolsch, because, yeah, I bet that probably is a good boat beer.
If you're thirsty from softball fishing or explaining why your team is the best. But if your team lost, you can't explain that.
Do you know anything about this Bearded Iris Brewing from Nashville?
Nothing.
Because the reason I ask is I can tell it's probably like a more low-key jam, because this is clearly just a blank can that they slap this label on. Like, I could peel this label back.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, which means to me, either they, they're still pretty new, or like, low run or whatever, and or maybe just started canning and they're that's the operation they run or whatever. So, I mean, to me, this is probably definitely a more crafty.
At Bearded Iris, they believe you deserve a different kind of beer.
Is that what they believe?
Yeah, and the beer is bold in its simplicity, approachable in its elegance, unexpected in its nuance, and most of all, worthy of several pints. So again, these people are making not Huck session beers. These are not Huck session beers, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, it's a call.
We get a little variety occasionally on the show, and we should.
5.2 over here with the Kolsch. I'm sure yours is probably similar.
4.2.
Oh, yeah.
It's 2% off of regular beer. This is interesting. I don't think we're going to get the fives.
I'm not getting the fives.
But this is the way it should be. It's like people should share the beers they like.
Yeah.
And just because we're not fan of that style or whatever.
Well, I'm not hating on the Kolsch. I think Kolsch's are, for the most part, a pretty solid beer. It's kind of in that variety. I guess if you had to define a Kolsch, what's a Kolsch?
I think I might have said this before, but it's kind of like a wheat beer without the wheat.
Is that right?
Yeah.
There's no wheat in it? Because it seems very similar.
Yeah, there could be wheat in this.
To wheat. Yeah, I was going to say, like, what?
They're not. I'm looking, it's like, no, this is no. Kolsch German malts. So it's German malts. This is like a malty beer, but they added some American hops.
They're generally very light in color.
Yeah, they say dance out of the glass with a whack of grapefruit. So they're going for like a light IPA here.
If it makes sense to me, a Kolsch, I don't know if this makes sense or not. It's like oxymoronish. Oxymoronic. To me, a Kolsch is like a heavy light beer.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a Kolsch. I mean, and there's a lot of variety in that type.
Heavy in the flavor, light in the flavor.
No, light in the drinking.
No, light in the drinking is right. Yes, that's kind of
this one. I don't know about yours. This one's a little thick. Look,
it is.
Hashtag unfiltered right here.
Clearly,
yours
hashtag.
Too. Definitely. Look, yours has got like an orange tone, and mine's got a yellow,
more yellowish.
Yeah, urine. I mean,
by the way, you can look at the yellow urine colored beer if you hit us up on the YouTube channel, Brewsday Tuesday. We have we do film the shows and also have all previous episodes. Like I bumped in a weekend or two ago, my buddy A-Dog, who's a big beer guy, and he's steadily listened to all the. He has kept up with Brewsday Tuesday. He just plays it at work because I didn't tell him about it till a few months ago, and he's literally all the way caught up. Listened to every single one of our shows.
I think we're having a beer from where he's from later.
Ish,
okay.
Around that area. Right. I was talking with him. I was getting up with him at the Hops Fest. They put on in not alma mater, but my hometown of King George, Virginia.
That's not a town.
It's a county.
Yeah.
King George County. Yeah.
I used to drive through it on my way to St. Mary's.
It's funny about this Hop Fest because nobody had ever heard of it or whatever. And I get out there and it's literally. It's what you'd expect of a beer festival in King George. It was essentially a glorified, field party.
Yeah, 300 people.
There were probably not even. There were 3 different breweries there with tables.
3 breweries.
3 different breweries with their tents. Spencer Devon was there. One I hadn't heard of, I think it was called Maltese. Have you heard of them?
Yeah,
pretty new in
name.
Fredericksburg. They're fireman based or something. And then Adventure Brewing. Adventure Brewing.
Yeah, I know them.
Those guys were there too. Adventure and Maltese. The festival was from 4 to 11.
Yeah, Licking Hole Creek?
No.
Aren't they from there?
That was different. No, that's not.
I thought that was
talking
up that way.
Fredericksburg. No.
I thought they were up that way.
That's more like Charlottesville.
Okay, sorry.
But foreshadowing. Either way, but so they
Or something.
it was from 4 to 11. The festival was supposed to be, and like 5 different bands or whatever. We get there at like 5, almost 6, and by the time 7 o'clock rolled around, both Maltese and Adventure were out of beer, and the only brewery still there was Spencer Devon, and I guarantee you they did not last till 11 o'clock. So it was kind of a backwoods, like, you know how like most beer festivals you go to, you get like a pint glass and all that and tasting stuff. We were drinking out of solo cups. Swear to God, dude.
Festival ever.
Yeah. But it was fun, and you know, we had a good time or whatever. But. All right, man. So what are you thinking of your Kolsch over there?
You know, I'm gonna give this one more little swig.
All right,
Talk for a second.
And of course, by the way, we do rate our beers via the Untapped app. It is a free beer app you can download to your mobile device, and you can rate your beers however you feel you like them. Check in where you had them, tag your friends, leave a comment, all that good stuff. It's really, for me, it's basically a reference point of like, have I had that beer? What did I think of it? That sort of a deal. Huck's Beer Buzz is his handle. DreZ Drinks is mine. You can friend us on there, and you can, of course, see what we rate beers like Huck is about to do right now. What are you thinking, man?
You know, I'm looking at this beer. It's got excellent, you know, unfilteredness. The color's a little off to me. And it's got not enough heart. And I know that's hard for a brewer to say, well, how do I fix that? I'm like, I don't know, maybe go for a hike up top of the mountain and contemplate on your beer.
Think about
your beer. So I'm going to give this, it's almost perfect, but I'm just not feeling it. So I'm going to give it a 4.
4.
I would drink this, but really needs a couple of things. You know, some of the little tartness at the end
it's
that's
not quite
bothering
there.
me. Yeah. And I just don't feel the fullness of this beer.
All right, a 4 for Boat from some New Jersey brewery. I forgot the name.
Carton, like
Carton.
A cigarette carton. I don't think that was their intent.
Cigarette Carton
That's
Brewing.
That's what they got it from us.
No, but
person now sorry they gave me this beer.
You know, it's funny you mentioned. Seems like we're there. Back when we first started the show, we used to drink the same beers and give the same ratings, and that's why we started switching it up. But I almost feel like since
we're drinking the same beer,
we're both drinking Kolsch's, and you said 4, and that is exactly what I was about to give the Bottle Rocket.
1,000 miles apart.
They are. I mean, the Bottle Rocket's right here, Nashville. It's not 1,000.
New Jersey. I don't know.
I doubt it's
800.
that far. I doubt it's maybe.
Maybe.
But Bearded Iris is the brewing company. And I'm sure they probably got some good stuff. You know, this is one that I'd look out for because this is a good Kolsch. I'm not crapping on the Kolsch. But just like you said, you feel like there's room for improvement.
Maybe young breweries, maybe. And I'll give
Perhaps.
them that. And, you know, if only there's a way we could find out how far Nashville is from New Jersey.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, there's just no way you can find these
My
things
atlas
out.
is in my car. Otherwise, I'd pull it out. All right, well, we're going to hop out of those states and go somewhere else. On the next segment, coming up, we got some more beers. We're going to tap them because it's Brewsday Tuesday right here on 105.3 The Bear.